Hey guys, it's Whiffy here at Bleanicorn Gaming. I hope you've been enjoying Torchlight 3 since it launched on October 13th. The game's a lot of fun. There's a lot left to do in this game though. There's a lot more work that needs done, especially around the end game where I feel that the developers are focusing the bulk of their work at this point. You can tell by the gameplay that once you get to end game, there's a little bit lacking. But this game is built to continue on and to expand further. So keep that in mind as you venture forth into the frontier and see what new challenges await you. For those of you who are new, however, you may not know where to start. You have 4 classes to choose from and 5 relic classes on top of that to choose from to diversify your game. You might not know what to pick, and being locked in that relic class may make you a little worried because you don't want to go 30 levels and realize, I don't like Cold Heart. I want to be using Bane instead. I understand that. So here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be walking you through each of the relics. We're going to take an in-depth guide on what each relic does and how each skill functions. This way, when you pick your relic for the first time, you're picking the relic that's going to work best for you. In this video, we're going to be focusing on Bane. This is the very first relic in the line of 5. This relic is more of a summoning and poisoning relic, and I really hope you'll enjoy this video and get a better understanding for the relic when you choose it yourself. I really hope you guys are going to enjoy this kind of content. This content is what I like to call my Evergreen section. This section revolves around talking about subjects that don't change too often or too drastically, so you can reference this content further down the line. In this series, we're talking about relic classes, and I hope you find these useful. Please note that depending on when you're watching this, some of these have changed a little bit or drastically. I hope you guys find this handy, and if you like this content, please hit the subscribe button for me down below. My analytics have shown that a lot of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. Just scrolling down just a little bit, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button really helps me out, helps my channel, and helps me grow and be found by more and more people so I can help the community at large a lot better. I appreciate you watching this video, and let's get into it. Bane! So here we have selected Bane as one of our 5 relics. This is the first relic in the line, and this is the first relic that I will be focusing on for you. Bane is focused around summoning spiders and casting poison. Now that you have an overview of what Bane is, let's go deeper and talk about each and every skill. Please ignore all skills to the left and the right, as these are skills defined by each class that you pick. These skills will change depending on your class, however, your relic will be constant no matter what class you pick. If you choose Bane on any other class, Bane, it will always be the constant. The first thing I would like to note is that each row is unlocked via level. The first being level 1, the second being level 5, the third being level 10, the fourth being level 15, and the final 5th row being level 20. Each row contains 1 passive and 1 active talent. This means that a passive is always being utilized. No matter what you do not need to spend any additional relic energy in order to utilize this specific skill. Each active will require an amount of relic energy in order to activate. That amount is dictated by the ability itself. With that being said, let's get into our first abilities unlocked at level 1. However, you do need level 2 to put any points in your level 1 skill because your first point is currently being utilized in one of your abilities. The first skill is 8-legged allies. This has a 10% chance to spawn 2 spiders for 10 seconds. Each point up to 5 points added will increase the amount of damage up to 25% and increase the amount of spiders summoned. This will happen based on your hits. Every hit gives you a chance to summon these. Your next ability is Spectral Spider. This is an active ability that will cause a spider to spawn for 16 seconds, dealing 100% damage and poison all enemies around it for 75% of your damage for 4 seconds. As you can see, every ability that is active has additional tier bonuses applied. Each tier is unlocked as you put skill points in, and remember, every 5th level you gain 2 skill points instead of 1, which means you can get these quicker as you level up. Tier 1 for the Spectral Spider releases 4 eggs that will explode and cause damage to enemies around it. This is a very good ability as long as your enemy stays put. Tier 2 will fire a cone of poison missiles for your current weapon damage against the target. This is very good as you level up the poison missile skills. And Tier 3 will now summon 6 spiderlings. These 6 spiderlings do take off the ability of your 8-legged allies, as well as additional abilities later on as you level up. Your next tier, unlocked at level 5, gives you a Poison Nova. This deals damage around you for 245%, as well as raising your defenses for 6 seconds for 50%. Being an active skill, the first tier gives you a knockback. The second tier makes you immune to all debuffs. This Poison Nova is very good for any kind of damage over time later on, including freezing and slowing your movement. The third tier makes all poison missiles pierce your target's defenses, which means you get true damage to every single target within its radius. The next skill is a passive called Spread Death. This allows you to fire a poison bolt every time you critically hit. Now, this is not a constant that you will get this every time. It's only a percentage. You will get up to a 5% chance to do this attack every critical, and you have a chance, as you level this, to also cause poison bolts to spawn when you kill a poisoned enemy. If the enemy is not poisoned, this will not happen. Please note that the enemy must be poisoned in order for the death to have a chance to spawn a poison bolt. Your next tier is your level 10 tier. This gives you your first weapon passive. This is requiring you to use a staff. While using a staff, you increase your basic damage, you increase relic generation on basic attack, and you have a chance to summon an enchanted staff. The enchanted staff will also deal damage based on your weapon damage currently. Please note, this does require a staff specifically in order to gain these bonuses. Your next active is Venomous Maw. This summons a spider that will surge out, dealing 210% damage as poison on impact, and poisons the enemy for 210% damage for 4 seconds. Its first tier fires spider missiles. Its second tier summons 2 spiderlings which benefit from all passives for those spiderlings. And its third tier cuts this down from using 25% relic energy to using only 12.5 relic energy, allowing you to use it twice once the cooldown has completed. In your level 15 tier, you gain an active skill called Miasma. This creates a cloud, dealing 110% weapon damage as poison per second, and it increases your allies' damage by 25% and your defenses by 50%. This does not require a specific amount of relic energy, as this will consume energy as it stays active. This is a toggle ability, but also has some tier bonuses, such as summoning spiderlings every second, up to 6 while Miasma is active, which means you can have 6 spiders additional to your already summoned spiders. It can then decrease the cost by 25%, and it will allow all minions to deal 100% more damage while Miasma is active. If you're building a minion master, this is a must-have skill for you. Your passive skill, Puppet Master, will give you 5% minion damage per point spent up to 5, which equals 25% additional damage to all minions. This skill should not be overlooked, as this is a primary skill for dealing massive damage, especially while Miasma is active. Your final tier list, unlocked at level 20, gives you Arcanid Assault. This allows 6 spectral spiders to come out poisoning enemies for 200% weapon damage for 6 seconds. It can only be used after spending 200 relic energy, which means that Miasma plus this ability are fantastic combinations that should be used together at all times. At tier 1, this summons a Spider Queen, which will help deal more damage. Tier 2, the Spider Queen now fires webs to slow enemies by half of their speed. At tier 3, it summons projectiles that will now explode into 6 more Spiderling projectiles, which apply a second poison, so you're dealing 2 poisons at once. This ability is a fantastic ability for heavy DPS if you're going Minion Master. This final point may put into your relic energy generation rate. This means that every time you gain a point, you gain 5% more in your relic energy generation. This cannot be underutilized, especially if you're building a minion master mastering in Miasma. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown of each individual ability within Bane. I hope you choose to pick Bane, as this is my favorite relic to use. Though I have used all of the others, I always come back to the summoning power of Bane. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive on Bane, the poison relic, and summoning relic. In my opinion, that's the best way to describe it. Many people have called this a poison relic, but you have to add summoning, as you are pulling a lot of spiderlings with this relic. every time you use it. I really hope you enjoyed the start of this series, because I enjoyed making this video and I can't wait to make more about the different relic classes within Torchlight 3. Now that I've shown you Bane, the next video will be showing you Blood Drinker. That will be followed closely by Cold Heart, then Electrode, and then Flaming Destroyer. You can find all these videos in the Torchlight 3 playlist for Relic specifically right up here in the top corner. If you want to see more videos in Torchlight 3, feel free to check out the Torchlight 3 playlist. You can find that here as well in this corner. If you guys did like this video, please, again, hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, letting me know that you enjoyed it. And as always, stay safe, have fun, and keep on gaming.